They are telling us that Blue Monday is the saddest day of the year, and I can even potentially believe in what they are telling me. But on the other side, for us football fans, we are analyzing it with a total different perspective. It all depends on the football results of our beloved team. If we won, we don't care about Blue Monday. We go back to school, to work, we do what we have to do with a huge, big smile on our face. On the other side, well, when we are losing, it's every single time Blue Monday for us football lovers. My name is Giuseppe and together we'll cover football. We'll speak about what happened in Premier League with Manchester United not able to win over Tottenham. We'll speak about Supercopa number 13 for Real Madrid over Barcelona. The Blaugrana that yesterday were totally humiliated and much more. But today I want to start with something else. So first of all, I'm asking you to continue to support the channel with a maximum of like, continuing to subscribe and share the channel and video with all your friends that are loving football, because now we start with Afcon, African Nation Cup, that started on Saturday the 13th with Ivory Coast, the country of Fofana, that was obliged to win because they are playing in their country. They did the opening and they did it 2-0 over Guinea with the first goal scored by ex-Lens player Fofana. Really beautiful for them. Yesterday there were other three big teams that were playing and a lot of us were expecting them to win. Well, none of them were able to go for the 3 points. With Ghana that lost in the last minutes against Cape Verde at the 92nd minute with a goal of Rodriguez, the team, the nation, the country of Mohamed Salah was not able to win because they had to wait until the 97th minute with Mohamed Salah scoring that equalizer penalty. And then there is the team of double Victor Osimhen and Victor Boniface that couldn't beat Equatorial Guinea because they did 1-1 after 2 minutes, immediately equalizing the goal of Salvador with Victor Osimhen, but it was absolutely not enough. The lesson that we have to keep in mind and remind is coming from Ivory Coast player Franck Kessié that said something important. He said, I am absolutely not afraid to run a lot, and my teammates are asking me, how do you do it? Well, the answer is extremely simple. I'm earning way too much money to not sweat on the pitch. In Africa, there are people who walk 20 miles every morning just for a piece of bread. Beautiful, the words of Franck Kessié, ex-Milan player that showed a lesson to every single person. Yesterday was also the day of Manchester United against Tottenham, but also Premier League was back because yesterday an iconic image was shown on social media with the changes, with the subs. The day before with Manchester City, Pep Guardiola that was about to enter the comeback in Premier League of Kevin De Bruyne, while you had also yesterday the sub of McTominay that was about to enter for Manchester United. Different destinies. While Pep Guardiola was able to find the right words for Kevin De Bruyne that totally changed the destiny of Newcastle and Manchester City, well, it was not the same with Ten Hag that was not able to find the words because McTominay missed a sitter yesterday at the 94th minute, a total disaster for McTominay that was completely unknown and missed that header. Probably, and I don't want to judge or I don't want to be biased, but I believe that it comes all because of the beanie of Ten Hag. If you are bold, you need to show it. Otherwise, if you are ashamed and you put a beanie on your head, well, you will not find the magic words. Anyway, it started quite well, we have to admit, for United with actually the goal of Højlund, the second goal in Premier League, but it was not enough. Gym and Tonic is the title on Sun Sport. Why? Because yesterday Ratcliffe was there in the stadium. He started his mission, his most exciting mission, Rat Trapped. That was the big title on Mirror Sport. Why? Because he will have a lot of work. He watched it yesterday with his own eyes next to Sir Alex Ferguson. New era, same old problems, especially if you know that yesterday it was also the game of Timo Werner back in Premier League. He was able after 80 minutes to do already his first assist to Rodrigo Bentancur for that equalizer 2-2, while you have another player from Manchester United, we said it, that new era but same old problems, that was still not able after so many games played this season with United to go for his first goal contribution. No goals for him, no assist for him. It was also another game, Everton 0, Aston Villa 0. Aston Villa is not anymore second because City overtook them. 0-0 for the team of Emery. But yesterday they could welcome back Tielemans after more than 1 month because of his calf injury. On the other side, they could potentially lose their striker, a sub-striker that didn't start any game in Premier League this season. We are speaking about John Duran that can potentially go to Chelsea. It's absolutely not a done deal, but Chelsea is thinking about it. And if they do, Aston Villa is obliged to go back on the market. Chelsea dreams about Victor Osimhen, but we already spoke about Victor. No, it is not possible, at least not this winter. He's now totally focused to go to the first victory after scoring his very first goal in the Afcon. He's thinking about that before going back to Napoli to at least the end of the season. What will happen next summer? Well, we will be here on the channel to explain you step by step. We go to La Liga, or at least to Spain, or at least to Saudi Arabia, where Spanish teams were playing the Supercopa final between the two big rivals, Real Madrid on one side, Barcelona with the other side. If a few days before Xavi said, I would sign for a minimal victory, well, actually, it's a big loss that he had to face yesterday. 4-1 for the Los Blancos. 4-1 with a big show, not only from Florentino Perez, the president, that went to beat, actually, Bernabeu, with 33 titles won under his management. Not only the win of coach Carlo Ancelotti, but yesterday a fantastic performance of Vinicius. Vinicius that was able after 39 minutes to already say it is over with his beautiful, fantastic hat-trick. Yesterday Vinicius, he celebrated a la Cristiano Ronaldo with a Siuuu after his first goal, actually in the home, in the country of Cristiano Ronaldo, where he's playing in the Saudi League. Not only that, he was a bit also provocative towards the bench of Barcelona, telling them, shut up, because we won 4-1, reminding me a bit what Totti, ex-Roma player, did once against the Bianconeri after a 4-0 victory. Sport is going with big, bold words. Humiliados, humiliated the Blaugrana because it was a total disaster performance for them. Yes, it's true, Gundogan didn't play that bad, but it was really difficult for the team of Xavi, especially immediately. From the beginning, you saw that Real Madrid was much better on the field. Supercopa is the title of Mundo Deportivo, with actually an image that is hurting the Blaugrana, where you see Pedri alone with that ball, and behind them you see the Blancos celebrating that victory. First trophy for Arda Güler, that yesterday didn't play in the final, with Ancelotti that is always talking about him, telling the world that he's a big, huge talent that is coming from an injury. Step by step, he will gain form and he will play game in, game out, game in, game out. It is already over for Ligue 1. Say goodbye, because Paris Saint-Germain now, with their victory over Lens yesterday, they are at +8. Lens in their home could do the difference, like they could last year, because last year they finished second and it happened again. A total beautiful start of the game that actually they threw away. Why? Because yesterday they had a penalty in the beginning of the game. Frankowski was not able to score it, and from that moment on it was a total disaster for l'équipe of Les Rouges et Jaunes, losing yesterday. Unfortunately for them, now PSG is flying. +8 over the second one, that is Nice, with the Mbappé that this season at Paris Saint-Germain is in huge big form. 26 goals in 25 games for him. You see it, huh? They are there at 43 points. Nice 35, 26 points, the team of Lens. Nantes didn't do well. They are in a total difficult moment. Why am I speaking about Nantes? Because you see it, huh? Beautiful shirt. If you're asking yourself, Beppe, where do you get your shirts? 90 Vintage Football Shirt is the sponsor with these fantastic, beautiful shirts. The link is into the description to their physical store in Belgium, but also to their online site. Bundesliga 3-0 yesterday of Dortmund. It was crucial. It was important. For what reason? Because yesterday, number 3 and number 4 of Bundesliga both lost, Leipzig and Stuttgart, and it was really beautiful. An impactful victory of yesterday of the BVB that were able now to go at -3 for that 4th spot, which means qualification to the next Champions League. But of course we have to speak about the man of the match. Only 35 minutes for Sancho, that was already to do 1 assist, 2 successful dribbles, and 2 beautiful key passes. Welcome back in Bundesliga to Jadon Sancho. And it's really funny and probably not even a coincidence that the last assist he did in Bundesliga was on the 16th of May 2021 for who? For Marco Reus. While yesterday he started again his new journey, or at least for 6 months, again at Dortmund with an assist for who? Well, to Marco Reus. Beautiful also the goal of Moukoko. We have to speak about it if you didn't watch it, because you don't focus too much on Bundesliga. Look and watch that 3-0 from Moukoko. That was just simply really beautiful. Bayern Munich instead, they are changing the board, a new member board that will be announced really soon. They are speaking about Max Eberl, that is going back to the team where he was actually playing as a youth player. He also started with the first team before traveling a bit around Germany. Important one, after his journey as a managing director of sport of Leipzig, where he was sacked in September, well, he's back to the team that he probably loved the most on earth, but it will not be imminent. We will have to wait a few months. There is one that could potentially also be sacked, and we are speaking about Serie A now with Mourinho. That is at risk. The next 2 games will be really decisive for him. He needs to win. He's obliged to win. Yesterday, unfortunately, for Roma fans and for Roma and for Mourinho, they lost 3-1 against the team of Pioli, against Milan. Mu vede nero. Mu is watching dark. And probably for him, it will be a really disaster Blue Monday. 3-1 loss with actually a Roma that didn't play well at all. Il Romanista, the Roma paper, is saying little stuff. Poca roba, because it was really not great what they offered yesterday. On the other side, Milan was asked to do much better than a few weeks ago, and they are doing it. They are again in a streak of winnings that are super important to take the distance from the 4th in Italy in Serie A. They are there alone together now at -4 of Juve that will play tomorrow. They could potentially go again at +7, but it would depend on what Juventus will do against Sassuolo. Yesterday, Milan on fire with a fantastic, beautiful goal of Adli that is screaming for champions, because that victory of yesterday are putting them there solidly in the top 4. A top 4 that will see actually, if the things are continuing like that, only 1 free spot. Who will it be? A Napoli with a fantastic remontada after their win last week and 2-1 in the last minutes. Will it be Lazio of Maurizio Sarri that last season was second? Will it be maybe a miracle Roma? Will it be Atalanta? A lot of teams, Fiorentina, are fighting for that top 4, even if the first 3 spots looks like they are there already. Inter, Juve, Milan. Who will be first? Who will be second? Who will be third? Well, we are only starting the second round of Serie A. We'll have a season long to discuss about it. But of course, transfer market are important with 15 days to go. Tutto Sport is speaking about Juventus on the market. Henderson was probably yesterday their objective. They already said, no, we don't go for Henderson. We prefer to wait until the summer to go for our real target, who is Koop Manners, the Dutchman from Atalanta that is doing miracles. Physical, can score, can do some assists. He is on fire this season. Atalanta is asking a lot of money for him, but they will have to think about it next summer. While they are still thinking about this season, going with Giallo that will do his medicals on Wednesday. Is it a done deal? No, because he's coming from an injury, and the medical test will be extremely important before they officially announce Giallo. In Portugal, well, the top 3 is flying. Both of the 3 of them, they won this weekend. Sporting 3-0, 4-1 for Benfica, 2-0 for Porto. There is a head-to-head between Sporting and Benfica, with Porto that is not giving up even if they are already at -4 from the second one, that is Benfica. Sportwereld is speaking about Eredivisie with Luc de Jong that yesterday scored a hat-trick 3-1 against Excelsior Rotterdam. Beautiful. Why? Because he's entering in the top 10 all-time scorers of Eredivisie, and he says, I will continue to play. I want to continue to play because I want to continue to break record after record after record. That was it for me. I think that I covered everything. If there is something that I totally missed, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all your support. My name is Giuseppe, and together we covered football.